Hello everybody, and welcome to our day 20 of our 30-day yoga challenge. Today we'll start our practice with sun salutations B. We'll do 2 rounds of those, and then we'll come into groundwork now. So we're going to be coming to the floor to do a camel pose, which is a back bending, and also coming into a bridge pose on our back. So let's get started. We'll come to the front of the mat and bring our feet together, preparing for our sun salutation B. So on your next inhale, just allow your knees to bend. Have the knees together as you inhale, sweep the arms. Squeeze the belly in, remember to drop the tailbone down. Exhale, folding forward. Bring the hands either side of the feet, bring the forehead to the shins. As you inhale, looking forward with your flat back, roll the shoulders away from the ears. And then from here, we'll step with our right foot and left foot into our plank pose. Drop the knees, chest and chin, coming through to our baby cobra. Press the tops of the feet into the mat and take your gaze forwards. As you tuck under the toes, press onto all fours and lift into your downward dog. So we're going to drop that left heel, look forward, step your right foot in between the hands and inhale, sweep the arms by your ears. Look between the space, and as you exhale, release. Step back into your plank, drop your knees, chest and chin, and coming through to your cobra as you look forward and roll your shoulders back. Allow the toes to tuck under, pressing back to our all four position and then lifting into downward dog. From here, we'll drop the right heel, step forward with your left foot, level your hips to the front of your mat as you inhale, reach up with your arms. As you exhale, release and step back into your plank, and exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. Coming through to a cobra, point your toes, reach your elbows back towards your heels, and then coming through to our downward facing dog. Just take in some deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. And on your next inhale, look to your hands. We'll step forward with the right foot, bring the left foot together. Inhale, look forwards, and exhale, hinging over your hips. Inhale, bend the knees. Sweep the arms up into your chair pose. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. And from here, we should be nicely warmed up. We're going to come to the floor. So we're going to start with camel pose. We're going to come onto our knees, and I'm going to face you. I'm going to turn around maybe a couple of times just so you can get different angles. So we're going to have the knees hip distance. The toes are actually tucked under. So we'll stick with the toes tucked under in this pose. There is a variation where you can release the toes, but we'll stick with this for today. So having the knees hip distance, I'm going to come back round this way now. We're going to bring the hands to the lower back. So I'm actually spreading my hands wide, almost going to the each side of the spine. So I'm not going over the spine, I'm just taking the hands either side, and then just finding a comfortable position, and I'm just almost supporting the lower back. We can roll the shoulders back and just find a little bit of an opening in the chest. So imagine that you're trying to pull the clavicle, which is the shoulders back. So this is our the bone that goes across here. So pulling this back here, and then beginning to take the gaze upwards. Now we can start to push the hips forward. Just take notice of your lower back. So for anyone that has got issues with the lower back, then you might want to just stay here. This might be enough for you. This might be an intense stretch just at this point. So if it is, don't go any further. And then you can come out and rest for a moment. Otherwise, if you want to take this a little bit further, start to grow from your front. So start to reach your shoulders back, expand through the heart, and press your hips forward. We're going to lean back slightly and find the heels with the hands, and allow your chest to open even wider. Push the ribs forward and just feel that stretch across the ribs. Now if you've got an issue with your neck, you might want to keep the head raised. So anyone that's got any injuries to the neck, you might want to stay here. The full pose is to bring the head back, so you're looking behind you. And just allow the hips to keep pressing forward, but most importantly, keep opening the chest. And just breathe into this pose. It's always hard to do this pose and talk at the same time, but just connect to your breath. It'll be easier for you. So as you begin to inhale, lift your head slowly. Remember, your head is actually the heaviest part of your body, and press into the balls of your feet as you slowly come all the way up to standing. We can just release the feet for a moment and just rest on our heels, just to give our back a moment to recover. If you're feeling any tension in the back, we've done this a few times, pose of a child. So we could just come into this just for a moment to stretch out. We don't even have to bring the forehead down, so just stretching out through the back. I will show you the other variation if we do want to take it a little bit further with our camel. So we're not necessarily going to do this, but just wanted to show you the variation. So the feet are actually flat this time. Rolling the shoulders back. Connect now to the chest, start to just expand through the heart center, and we can just lean back, bringing the hands to the heels. If we want to, we could circle the arm with one hand, an arm, and then with the other, just creating a little bit of an opening in the chest and also the shoulders. Then start to press your hips forward, open through the heart. Again, either the head stays up or you can drop the head back. We're just staying here for a couple of breaths. And then slowly lifting your head, bring your chin to your chest, and with control come all the way up to standing. And from here we're going to come all the way down onto our back. We're going to come onto our back and then begin to connect with the back of the body to the floor. Take the feet hip distance. Head stays central to the body, palms are flat down. On your next inhale, just tilt the pelvis up, press the lower back into the floor and begin to lift your hips. This is called Setu Bandhasana bridge pose. As you press into your feet, lift the hips a bit higher, keep the knees directly as they are as you started the pose. We can interlace the hands and hold it here. So you'd hold this for a few breaths. We're going to release the hands and with control, lowering your shoulders, the middle back and then the lower back with control, coming all the way down onto your mat. So you can stay here for a moment for a rest. So that is our two poses. So well done everyone, and namaste, and I will see you again for the next poses. Well done everyone, see you then.